Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Fact Engine. In today's world, in many countries, death penalties are legal, and in most cases, this punishment is carried out by hanging the accused until death. But do you know, in ancient times, how the punishments were given to the accused? Some brutal punishments were recorded in the history of mankind, which will blow your mind and compel you to think about how such punishments were executed. Number 1. Sawing. Death by sawing is the act of sawing or cutting a living person in half, either vertically or horizontally. Different methods of death by sawing have been recorded. In cases related to the Roman Emperor Caligula, the sawing is said to be through the middle, transversely. This method is similar to the ancient Chinese execution method of waist chopping. In the cases of Morocco, it is stated that the sawing was lengthwise, both from the groin upwards and from the skull downwards. In only one case, the story about Simon the Zealot, the person is explicitly described as being hanged upside down and sawn apart vertically through the middle, starting at the groin. Number 2. Rat torture. In rat torture, a cage full of hungry rats was placed on top of the victim, who was often tied down. The rats, desperate for food, would start chewing on the person's body, causing intense pain. This torture could last for hours or even days. It was used to get a person's confession. The thing about rats is that they eat through anything. Thus, it comes as no great surprise that humans made a torture device out of them in the ancient world. Typically, a rat was placed inside a small cage positioned against the victim's abdomen. The cage was heated from the outside, either by a candle, flaming stick, or hot coals, causing the rat to become agitated. So how could it escape? By clawing its way into the only available soft surface, human skin. Quite quickly, the rat would gnaw its way into the victim's bowels, eliciting unbearable agony in the process. During the Dutch revolt in the 17th century, Dutch leader Diederik Soane used rat torture on prisoners. Number 3. The rack stretching the body. Another brutally famous torture device in the ancient world was the rack. It involved a table, usually wooden, with axles and levers at both ends. The victim was forced to lay down, after which leather straps or belts bound their wrists and heels. The straps had chains or ropes tied to them, which wound over the axles. One or several torturers would then slowly push the levers, causing the axles to rotate and produce tension in the chains. This caused the straps to dig into the prisoner's skin and gradually stretch their body outwards. The internal physical turmoil that one would have suffered is hard to swallow. Vertebrae expanded, joints, muscles, and tendons gave way. Posture changed. The ribcage pressurized the lungs, bones shattered, nerve endings became exposed. The pain would be near unimaginable. As a bonus for the especially tough guys, they were placed on spiked axles that stripped their back of its flesh. In 1447, British Constable John Exeter used the rack to torture prisoners in the Tower of London. Number 4. The Brazen Bull. The Brazen Bull is an ancient mythical torture device supposedly used by Phalaris, a tyrant who ruled a part of Sicily in the 6th century BCE. It consisted of a life-size bronze bull that was hollow on the inside and had a door on the outside. The torturer would place a victim inside and light a fire under the bull. The fire would roast the victim to death, while an acoustic system on the bull made the victim's screams sound like bull noises to those on the outside. Number 5. The Roman Candle. The ancient world's ultimate torture method. The Roman candle is above all other brutal ways to die in the ancient world. History is filled with ruthless and psychopathic figures, and the Roman ruler Nero is one of them. He hated Christians so much that he used them as human candles, or torches, for his garden parties. First, the victims were tied and nailed to tall stakes. Then, flammable liquid was poured over them before they were set alight. The fire started at the feet to prolong their suffering. Whether the Christians had rebelled against the state or not, this was a monstrous way to go. It reflects how barbaric punishments were in antiquity, and how they were often born of man's vicious ego and thirst to dominate. There were many more examples of brutal punishments in the history of mankind. Today we have picked 5 of them to elaborate. If you want to know more about the brutal punishments, please let us know in the comment section. Also, please let us know which one you find most brutal. If you find this video interesting, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel Fact Engine. Thanks for watching.